Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. And in this one, we're going to be breaking down that brilliant performance yesterday. 4-1 win over Aston Villa. And things are cooking under Ange Postecoglou at this moment of time. We are feeling good about this football club, Tottenham Hotspur. And we're going to be reliving yesterday, basking in the glory of that win, just feeling even better about ourselves, about this football club via a little Twitter reacts. We're going to take a look at all the different stats, all the different little anecdotes, funny commentary, good commentary, serious little bits of analysis, as well as less serious bits of analysis of that brilliant performance yesterday. And so we'll be breaking it all down via this Twitter Reacts. Dermatron has filled in for the birthday boy for me. Dave's birthday today, turning his favorite number, Turkey Tree, as we were joking in the background. But Dermatron filling in for me, doing a massive service to us. So please, everybody, follow him over. I put it in the chat right there. Subscribe to Dermot's channel, THFC Till I Die. Let's get him over that 2K mark. Very close. And I maybe hope that at some point we'll get close to around 100 people in the chat here. And then we'll just get him over that mark maybe and make his day. Dermatron filling in for the birthday boy. 4-1 win. How are we?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm buzzing after yesterday. Absolutely great victory. Over the moon for Dom Solanke. Again, he's proven his worth. He works hard and he can score a few good goals as well. And just really pleased for my man Johnson to get another goal as well, to proving that he is going to be the world's greatest Welsh player behind Gareth Bale. And a big up to the birthday boy if he's watching. Big up to Mr. Dave Harris, the grand old age of 33. I wish I was 33 again. I was just saying it in the background. I wish I was that age again, but never mind. Age comes with wisdom,
Oh, so he's growing.
apparently.
He's growing wiser now, Dermo. He's
Yeah,
That's good to
yeah,
know. That's good to know. What age you start to become wiser instead of maybe more stupid. And like in my case, it feels like each passing year I'm getting more stupid. But maybe David's finally reached that age of wisdom, that year of wisdom at 33. Love to hear that. But please, everybody, check out THFC Till I Die. Let's get him over the 2K mark if we can, please. We have good vibes only in the house. We have DJ AK with us as well. This is going to be good. Yeah, usually is good, isn't it? Twitter reacts after a nice little win, saying, big up, lads. To think of the points we've given away this season, we should be second in the league at least. And Ange is still building. Come on, you Spurs. I think about that a lot of times, actually. DJ AK, more specifically the Leicester City game as well as the Newcastle fixture. Just think those were the two that we really left points on the board. And for the most part, I think for me, it just had to do with a lack of finishing, a lack of clinical edge. And we've been really, I think taking advantage of more of our chances in recent games, hence why we're winning. But in maybe the beginning of the season, I think we should have been able to pick up points there. And then who knows where we'd be at this table and where we'd be right now. It just shows that, it's not always on the manager. Sometimes it's on the players in order to help us get over the line. When Spurs go marching in, Paul Connor's with us. Big up, Dermo. Good to see you with us, Paul Connor. Unfortunately, no fan show tonight. It should be Tuesday or Wednesday, more likely Wednesday, I think, before the Europa League game against Galatasaray. But we would love to have you with us, Paul. And we have been missing you around here. So hopefully everything's okay with you. Hopefully the rebuild of your own house is going okay. I know we're going through our own rebuild right now with Tottenham Hotspur, but hopefully your own is doing okay at the moment. Destiny 5 afternoon, gents. Good to see you, Destiny. Jamie McDonald is with us as well. Appreciate your support, both being members, Destiny, as well as Jamie. And I wish I was 43, let alone 33, says DJ AK. Yeah. And then at Destiny saying, I'm not worried about injuries. It feels everyone is fighting for the cause. Every player knows his role. Well, at this moment in time, we're definitely going to take a look at, some of the deeper positions in the squad, give them their opportunity, see if they can contribute to the season, because there's always going to be that period where you're going to get some inconvenient absences, some inconvenient injuries, and you have to call on the whole squad. It's never really an 11-man game. It's a 25-man squad. It's a 25-man season. And oftentimes you have to use each and every single person in that squad, usually at some point in the season. And I think we could be reaching that period now with all the injuries that have been coming about. Dermatron, are you worried at all about the injuries, or are you just still basking in the win?
Look, I'm still basking in the win. Injuries just come with the season, don't they? Injuries just come with, it's part of the package. Every player's going to get injured. All teams are going to go through these injuries crisis or injury players during some part of the season. We seem to be having ours now early, which I suppose in a way is a good thing, because at the back end of the season, hopefully we won't have that injury crisis. But the only one that worries me is Richarlison. Again, he broke down yesterday, as it looks like his, as you said, Jack, earlier to me in the background, his quad or his hamstring. I just want to put my arms around him, put a big cotton wool around him, tell him everything's going to be okay. You're going to come back and you're going to be fighting fit. And he laid on the go for Solanke. What a
Yeah.
pass though from Richarlison for that. And my heart goes out to him. It really does. He's one of them players you love to have around the squad. He's always chirpy. He's always happy, and he's always there doing something. And he's one of them players you feel for. He's like one of the family. So get well soon, Richie. We need you back, son.
Yeah, we definitely need the big Rich back. Davies came on and looked comfortable. I was shocked but happy. Yeah, that's what I sort of mean by what you were saying about the injuries, Destiny. I think it's a good opportunity for guys that don't normally get a lot of minutes that can step in, feel like they can contribute to the season, if you know what I mean, right? It is a whole squad. It's a whole team that you have to work with, and everybody should feel like that they have their chance, they get their moment to be able to contribute to something, be able to contribute to the journey, contribute to the haul that is, being a Spurs player in a Spurs season. It's a long haul, it's a long roller coaster ride, and you want to be able to contribute in some way. So it's a great opportunity for guys like Ben Davies, guys like Dragishin, Archie Gray, and plenty more in this squad to be able to contribute. But let's get into it, Dermo. Let's start scrolling through some of these Twitter posts here, and then we'll get back to the chat with anybody that might be joining us. If you can for me, please smash that like button. Also, as well, please follow over to Dermatron's channel, THSC Till I Die. Show him some love. Show him some support, please. Get him over the 2K mark. And then as well, if you want to contribute to the channel anyway, you're welcome to become a member. We do have a fan show upcoming this week. And also, we're going to have plenty more content that will be coming to you guys, you fan show members, you elite show members, you Flat Cat members. We're going to come up with different ways to get back to you pretty soon. So hopefully you guys can take advantage of that. But Paul Connor saying very busy with the house. Now he's back with the job for a little bit of rest. You definitely look like you need some rest there, Paul, by the sounds of things. All I want to see now is play like we did in the second half, every game and every half, and stop giving up silly goals. I do know what you mean by that, Paul. It was kind of a silly goal to give up, considering it's not like Villa were really doing very much in that first half. So it was a frustrating one to give away. Daily Hotspur, most pressures in the final third this Premier League season. Dominic Solanke, 240. Any other player, 175. Wow. Nearly 75 more pressures than almost any other player in the Premier League. Absolutely superb of Dominic Solanke. And then followed up by this one here, Dermo. Solanke by the end of the season. This is what he'll be looking at.
Yeah, I mean, Solanke, what a player, what a team player. And the amount of work he puts in is unreal. He's very much a bit like Harry Kane in that way, that he will drop deep, he will help out. Harry Kane did that quite a lot when he played for us. But with Solanke, it gives us something different. It gives us that little bit of a get out clause if we need to get out. And he comes back and he becomes that sort of fourth midfielder, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he sort of helps out. He releases the pressure. But yeah, he will start ending up looking like that. Need to feed him up. Give him more steak. Give him more steak.
Need to remind him just how important it is to be working that hard and pressing that hard, because certainly it's not something that I envy. I couldn't imagine having to run as far or as hard as he does on a consistent basis. Yeah, I mean, Simon Umain saying that feeling when you can't wait to see your team play again. Dermo, you're always looking forward to seeing Spurs play again, but let's be honest, this is an especially good time to be watching Tottenham Hotspur.
I wish tomorrow was Thursday. I wish tomorrow was Thursday. I wish we were going out to Galatasaray. It is going to be a difficult game, but I can't wait. And I love watching Tottenham. I really do. And yeah, come on, you Spurs. I'm just buzzing. I am absolutely buzzing.
That's why we got Dermo on this Twitter React, so we can just happy clappy galore here. We're just going to happy clap my powers together with Dermo. It's going to be a great Twitter Reacts. Will Hester saying, Richie, you've done yourself proud. See you again in another 6 months. He did his contribution, and we'll see him later. He'll come back later, everybody. Pop Coys, Romero, Sarr, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Udogi, Pedro Porro. Never forget the Don's work. I feel like we're even missing maybe a good player or two that he's brought in since his time here, but the Don, Dave, he's been doing excellent work for us. We hope to have him back maybe when he can return from his ban. And, Daniel Levy welcomes him back into his warm embrace at Tottenham Hotspur, because this guy, he's delivered some absolute gems for us. And some of those gems really showed up on the day. Pop Matasar, brilliant performance from him. Bentancur has really been showing, that he can dominate that number 6 role, perhaps even better than Basuma. Kulusevski, one of the players of the season. And then Destiny Udogi, as well as Pedro Porro, our fullbacks. The Don has built an incredible squad.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, we really missed him in this summer transfer window, I think. That was the biggest miss, was missing his sort of I don't know what it is. He has this magic touch of finding players, finding little gems. And don't forget, everyone was complaining about Kulu, sell Kulu, or Bentancur, he's no good, and Romero, he's too harsh. There was a lot of criticism around these players. Now look at them.
Yeah.
Kulu, the player of the season. Bentancur, bringing his South American magic into that midfield. The Argentinian bulldog in Romero, marshalling that defence. And then you got the sleeky skills of Papasar, and then you got your doggy and Porro, two of the best win backs in the Premier League by far. I think we do have the best win backs in the Premier League.
Well, we need them to put in some more consistent displays before we hand over that title to ourselves when it comes to that. Dermo, Luca THFC saying we got a better player than what was 2022, 23 Kulusevski. Is Kulusevski looking better for you, Dermo, than when he originally came in? Because, mind you, when he first came in here, he was banging in goals for fun, grabbing assists for fun, was getting more goal contributions than Bukayo Saka in a half season, not even a full season. Do you think Kulusevski is going to have an even better season this time around?
I do. I think we found his right position. Can I just say this is Dave celebrating his birthday, by the way. This is what Dave is doing right now. Just saying that. But no, I think we found the right position for him. I think he struggled a little bit where we could fit him in, and it took a little while, but we found where he belongs, and he's now proven why we bought him and why he's turning in the performances. He really is, for me, player of the season so far. Absolutely. He's transformed our season.
And that's Dave's dance moves right there, as you can tell, maybe going a little hard there. Maddie's saying, hi there. Is there a project you're working on? I know more than you. All right. If you remember that from Parks and Recreation, there's a great scene where Ron Swanson, is going through, I think, Lowe's or a home furniture store or whatever, and then just completely shuts down one of the clerks that goes by. Absolutely brilliant. And Ange Postecoglou, he knows how to build this project now, doesn't he? Mickey Hazard saying, great second half today. Intensity was spot on. There was tempo in everything we did. Villa couldn't cope with the movement and quickness of our passing. When we play with intensity and tempo, we really look a very good side. Come on, you Spurs. Did you see the tempo increase? Did you see everything basically improve, when it came to the quickness of the passing, like Mickey Hazard is saying? I really like a lot of his summaries, if I'm being honest, Dermo. I love him on Twitter.
Yeah, I do too. Mickey Hazard. We both had the pleasure, Jack, of actually having them on both our channels, actually, and the pleasure of meeting them. So he really is an absolute gentleman. He really is. But the second half for me is when when the wing back started overlapping, helping our wingers, especially your doggy with Sonny, because in the first half, Sonny was sort of getting doubled up on by McGann and Matty Cash. But the second half, as soon as he started overlap, it broke off that monopoly sort of thing. And it was the intensity of the second half. We pressed and we pressed and we pressed them, and they couldn't cope with it. And Mickey Hazard, what he said is, when we play like that, it's just a joy to watch. There's no pressure. You're just enjoying watching our team play. And the Villa couldn't cope with it. And no team could cope with that. No team would be able to, and we're getting it there. Ange's getting his message across. And if we can put second half into a full 90 minutes performance every game, we were top of the league. We really would. Because it was the second half. The first half, and I always say the win backs are so important to Ange's system that they have to keep overlapping Sonny and Johnson to take the pressure off them. And it was because of that that your dog in the second half overlapped on Sonny, gave him the space, put the cross in for Johnson's equaliser. So it's the win backs, and he's spot on there. Mickey has an absolute legend and a gentleman as well. So big up, Mickey. My Spurs hero when I was growing up as a kid. He was my hero growing up. So I love Mickey Hazard. Always have done, always will do.
No, he's a class act. He's a class act. I am the storm that's approaching. Galatasaray away will be tough without our first choice center backs, yes. But like we said, we're going to have to lean on some of these guys in the deeper areas of the squad at some point. I guess this is going to be the opportunity to do that. Destiny 5 saying, I think this constant rotation, especially in midfield, has been so healthy for the squad. It keeps players on their toes. I think that's a very good comment. Ash P, good to see you with us. John Lee, also good to see you with us. Sar played excellently yesterday. We have a good stat that's about to come up on screen for you there, John Lee. Really appreciate you tuning in and joining us. this afternoon or this morning. And then MV Joker Davis Edward with the super chat, very generous Edward, saying hello, my fellow winners. Maybe we're also your favorite winners, unless there are other winners that you prefer more than us, Edward. And he's saying there is a reason I always back the team to win because it feels so good when we do win, and I just like being right about it. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Dermo and Jacko. Hope Dave is all right. Dave is enjoying his birthday, just, having some nice little time off, I think, and basking in the win as he should, having some time with the missus, probably engaging in a little FIFA here and there. You never know. You might probably find him on the sticks later tonight, Edward. But Dermo, I think he's a little bit like yourself here, where he's always willing a Spurs win, even when it looks very cold, when it looks very dark, when it not really maybe much sign of Spurs turning things around. Edward's the type of guy, he'll go for a 3-1 win. He'll go for a 4-1 shout. And it feels good when it comes right. It does feel good to be very, optimistic going into games and to be proven right about that.
It does. I hate going for these 2-1 wins, like in my match day predictions. It just goes against everything I believe in. I just like us going for the big wins, and yeah, 4. It does feel great, and I'm glad for Ed. I'm glad for all us Spurs fans because we've been through it, and now we can sit back, happy clap to our heart's content, and just say to all of them, join us on the Ange train, and just let's go because this is going somewhere very special indeed.
Yeah, it is going somewhere very special. But Edward, I appreciate that we have fans like yourself who go into these games, they're got their chest out, they're confident, right? They're, backing the Spurs to win. And I think I was making some jokes about that with you guys on Pro Clubs the other night about how that is, I think, a very Spurs fan characteristic. I think most Spurs fans, maybe not most, but a lot of Spurs fans that I know do have that just relentless sort of sense of just like, even when the tough is going, when you have everything, you're pinned back against the wall, you'll still sort of find a way to back your team and to, find a reason to believe that they could get over the line, that they could grab the win. And I think that's a very, very admirable trait and a very, very admirable way to look at sports and to look at your team in general. So, Edward, I'm glad that you're feeling good. I'm glad that life is feeling good as well after a win like that one. Hopefully we keep picking up more onto Galatasaray and then on to Ipswich Town, and a nice little international break. But it feels so good right now that Spurs are kind of, we want to see them play every day. We want to see them play tomorrow. Dermatron wishes Thursday was tomorrow, Edward. That's how good the mood is right now. Really appreciate your support, my friend. And then we also have as well, I think Connor was joining us from earlier. Big up to you, Connor. Great win yesterday. That it was, Connor. That it was. And then Donovan Ostriker sending in a super sticker, little weight room emoji. Well, Donovision, let me know if you're in the weight room right now, getting a little nice workout in. I'm thinking about maybe doing my own little just teensy-weensy kind of workout. I went on a nice deep run yesterday. Been working out almost every single day at this point, for the past week. So I feel like I should have a cheat day. Maybe on behalf of Dave's birthday, have a cheat day, or I go extra hard and, forget the cheat days. Just keep going 24/7, Ange Postacoglu style. But big up to you, Donovision. Hopefully you're working out, getting, the nice gains. And also as well, I'm looking forward to being able to meet you sometime soon over here on the West Coast. And maybe you and I can get a nice little walk in, nice little hike in, or even do a little run together. It'd be lots of fun. And resilience, preach, Jacko. Exactly. That's what we're looking for. The type of resilience that we need. Lads, Lazy 8. Good to see you with Lazy 8. Hopefully you're all right, Nico. John Lee saying Solanke scored 2 goals yesterday. Do you think open for floodgates for Solanke rest of the season? I hope so. He just needs that service, John Lee. Just needs that service. Destiny 5 saying maybe we should play 3-5-2 away at Galatasaray. I'm not too sure if, Ange Postecoglou is the sort of guy, again, to lean on a back three. And also the fact that we have no fit center backs really at this moment in time other than Dragic or Ben Davies, I think would be hard done by to push for a third center back, just to bring one out of the fray, from nowhere. Maybe we put Archie Gray in there, but I'm not too sure. I don't know if we even have enough center backs available. Ash P saying, I'm so annoyed with the pundit narrative about Romero. This is his first yellow, and yet everyone is calling him rash, irresponsible. Didn't even find that the yellow card that he picked up was really that irresponsible or that ridiculous. And Lissandro Martinez is really the one that they should be, kind of giving that reputation towards, if you ask me, Ash, because he had a nasty challenge the other day. I think it was on Cole Palmer, right? Where he just went across basically the top of his knee and he got away with that. If that was Romero in that situation, it would have been a straight red. But because it's one of Manchester United's darlings, Lissandro Martinez, maybe he's not as menacing looking as Romero is because Romero's a lot bigger than him. just for some reason, he's given that reputation very unfairly. I do agree with you there. I'm like Dermo, says DJAK, positively delusional. This is what happens when you support Spurs. That's what I mean. I love my favorite things about Spurs fans. To be fair there, DJAK, appreciate your support. This is for John Lee. Great stat here. Pop Sar, 1 possession in the midfield. In the midfield third 9 times against Aston Villa on Sunday, the most by any player in a single Premier League match this season. Pop Matasar's best ever performance for me, Dermatron. Would you agree? Probably better than even his one at AC Milan.
Yeah, I think it is. He's really improving this season, but yesterday it was outstanding. He really was outstanding in that midfield, and he deserves all the plaudits he's getting at the moment. And it was his best game for us, and he can only get better. He can only improve and get better, and we've got a real gem on our hands. We really do, and he's young, he's hungry, and the young players in our squad, the likes of Basuma, Papasar, can only learn off Bentancur and his experience. And I think, and James Maddison as well, put him into that bracket. They could all learn from the elder players' experiences. And Papasar, for me, he's a future captain of this team. I really do. I think he's captain material. He leads by example. He leads by the way he plays. So for me, yeah, great game yesterday, Papasar. I thought he deserved man of the match, actually, but I know Solanke actually got it, but I thought Papasar deserved it.
I agree with
the way he played.
I agree with you there, Dermo. I thought he was immense, turning the ball over, able to help us win the ball high up the pitch. Also was playing some really good passes, beyond the lines in the midfield of Aston Villa, created moves, started moves, was just really good on the day, both off the ball as well as on the ball. Immense performance from Pop Matasar. Spurs sit 3 points off third place with a better goal differential than every other team in the Premier League, bar first place Liverpool. That's not positive. That's just a fact, says Prosper. Simon Humane saying, I'm often called positive on here. While I take it as a compliment, what I'm actually trying to be is factual, balanced, and honest. This week saw the team we've been close to being all season. Theory became reality. This has been by far our most important week under Ange Postecoglou. Dave, Dermatron, the best week ever under Ange Postecoglou, or have there been better weeks?
I think there have been better weeks, but I think it's proven that Ange system's working, that Ange belongs in the Premier League. I think this is what last week proved, that Ange Postecoglou is a Premier League manager, and it's put all them doubters to bed now. All them doubters of, Ange can't manage in the Premier League. Ange is this, Ange is this. Ange is a great manager. He proved it. He proved it by beating Man City, and he proved it by beating Aston Villa yesterday. And he proves he can be tactical. He can change things at half time. He's got a plan A, B, C, and D. So, do you know what I mean? All these people say Ange it's not tactically adept, or he only has a plan A. He doesn't. Ange has proved in the last few games he is a worthy Premier League manager, and probably one of the best in the Premier League right at this moment in time.
Love that from Dermo. And also really appreciate the support from earlier from Dono Vision as well as Edward Joker Davis. Thank you guys for sending those in and also being a part of the stream and just supporting this channel in many ways. Stevie Frazier, good to see you with us, Stevie. I'm not sure if I said hello to you over there earlier, but big up to you. Hopefully you're doing okay. Good to have you with us, as well as Berbatov's halftime smoke. Is Lysandre, 4'7"? Yeah, maybe. That's probably around, I guess the height that he might be. Berbatov, love that. And good to see you with us today. Alpesh Patel is in here as well. The one and only Phil P with a big woo. Big up to Phil P as well. Good to see you with us. Donovan Ostriker saying next big games are Liverpool on the 22nd and United game in the Cup of December. I think Dave was mentioning, Donovision, that our schedule, it's not necessarily getting easy, but it should be getting slightly easier, with some of the upcoming fixtures. We have a little bit of a period here. We could really start picking up some points, start challenging some others around that league table, really solidify ourselves high up there. Good to see you with us, Donna Vision, as well as Peter. Good to see you with us, Peter. If given the time, Ange will revolutionize Spurs. I think he's already in the midst of revolutionizing us at this moment, Peter. Good to have you with us. India saying Richarlison back from injury, only to injure himself, celebrating. Yeah, no, not a good time for our man Richie. Kevin A saying Dominic Solanke has worked his backside off this entire season, had very little service, and today he's got his deserved return, and I effing love it. Come on, you Spurs. Well, that's kind of the thing for me, Dermo, quickly, is that I think Dominic Solanke's been really starved of service this season, and that's maybe finally he's been given a couple of opportunities. He buries both of them, with those chances there. I think the guy has been a little hard done by not being given the service this season, and finally he did get some. Scores a brace.
He does. We have been starving him of rarely him getting goals, and he is a great goal scorer. There's no doubt about that. The goals he scores, you see what he did at Bournemouth, and I think he brings a lot to Tottenham. But I think what he brings more than anything is his work ethic, the way he works for the team. And yeah, we've got a wingers. I've got to put more balls in there. Got to give them more of a service. But I think that will come in time. But he will
Yeah.
get there. I think he would definitely get into 20 goals this season, for definite in the Premier League. I really do believe that. I think he's a fantastic striker, and he really is. He's not going to fill Harry Kane's boots. Nobody will. But I think he's the next best thing to Harry Kane. I do believe that. I've got all my confidence in him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an absolute machine. I agree with you there,
Mm.
Peter. An absolute machine, work weight rise. Ben Davies going meat for meat with Duran and Watkins. I do not understand this new trend on the internet. I'm going to have to get behind it and see what it means, this whole beat for meat thing. I'm not going to guess. I think it means probably something not so good. Kane from the lane, keep it very quiet, but we're 3 points off third place with Ipswich at home. Next week, keep it very quiet, Dermo. It's a secret. Gus saying, remember when people were saying Pape regressed? Yeah, that was a good time. And also, for a little bit of a shaky start to the preseason, to the season in general, the guy's played so well in the past few weeks. He's been pretty much flawless in
Mm.
the past few weeks that he's taken away James Madison's spot. I mean, that you have to be playing pretty well in order to do that, Dermo. And I think it's well deserved. I think Pop Matsar has played so well, it's hard to drop him now.
It is hard to drop him, and he really has played so well. And look, anyone that doubted Papasar should hang their head in shame, because he is an exceptional talent. So they should all come back and apologise to him, send letters in, send sort of little notes in. We're sorry, Pep. We're sorry, Mr. Saar. We doubted you. We're sorry. We thought you were regressing. Yeah. This is all of us Spurs fans that believed in Papa Sarr this morning. Look at them. That's us just laughing there and thinking, you lads got it so wrong. You really did.
Davey Shires gifted out a membership to the one and only Phil P. Big up to you, Phil P. Maybe you can pop on, have us chat with us on the fan show. Should be this Wednesday. Or Phil P. We need someone to start leading the line, start, kind of being that pioneer behind our post-match fan cams. If you want to be that man, Phil P., we would love you to be that guy. Send in your post-match thoughts after some of the games that you go to, get a little bit of that atmosphere in the background. We'd be very, appreciative of it. But thank you for watching us so much. Dave found out the other day that the memberships are gifted out to people who have been watching plenty of minutes of the channel. So we're very appreciative that you're still watching us in the background there, Phil P. And hopefully you enjoyed the generosity of that membership from Davy Shire. Thank you, Davy Shire. And also Peter has gifted out one as well to Bush Ranger. Great name. And also Bush Ranger to take advantage of it. Send in your fan cams after the game. Come on, have a chat with Dave or I at the fan shows, or just take advantage of any of the other perks and benefits that come with being a member of this channel. But big up to you, Peter. Big up to you, Davy Shire. Thank you so much for the support. If Ange wasn't so naive, we'd be playing better. We're playing so well right now, aren't we, Peter? We're just absolutely saucing over teams, dominating teams with the big Dom Solanke right now. And then Edward Joker Davis saying, how are you up this late, Davy Shire? Well, Davy Shire is just enjoying the win. He's basking in it. He's just looking forward to even more Spurs content. Big up to you. Eugene S. isn't with us as well. 65 billion down the drain. Dom Solanke scores again. Pick up Eugene. Hopefully you're doing okay, and hopefully everything's all good with you. Michael from Poland is with us as well. Big up to Michael from Poland. Absolute legend that he is. Hopefully we get to have a chat with you this week at some point, Michael, on the fan show. But let's keep this show moving here, Dermatron. We have Alistair Gold saying the crowd inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium are singing Ange Postecoglou's name. Big victory. This is to make it 9 wins out of 11 for Spurs. Sounds like the ground was absolutely buzzing last night and made it a tough atmosphere for the Aston Villa fans. So I heard as well. Ongar Spurs saying stuck in traffic outside the ground, thinking about that second half and forgot just how good Bentancur was in that first half. Rolls Royce of a player. For me, Dermo, I think Bentancur has just been night and days better than Basuma. And it's hard to say that because I really like Basuma. But for me, Bentancur, it's just been different class to him in recent games.
He has. He really has. Look, and I like Basuma as well, and I think Basuma will become a great player. But at the moment, Bentancur is showing his experience, his class, and why he's probably one of the best Uruguayan players out there at the moment. He does the same when he plays international for Uruguay as well, and it shows he brings a bit of that South American sort of stillness to the Tottenham midfield, where Basuma's young, he's learning and he's made mistakes and he will come good, but he needs to learn off Bentancur, and I think Basuma will learn off him. But for me, Bentancur, what a player yesterday. I agree with that. He is the Rolls Royce of a player, and we're so glad to have him. So glad to have him.
Alex saying, "Are you West Ham in disguise?" 4-1, get smacked. Joe saying, "Richarlison assist, but a Richarlison injury. I've won, but at what cost?" Skywalk FC, Dragishin emptying his pockets after the game, bit of keys, phone, wallet, badge, and Ollie Watkins. Dermo, I'm gonna keep calling you Davo. I apologize, but Dermo. Ollie Watkins, I mean, he was a little silent. Morgan Rogers, despite the goal, pretty silent on the day. Like, I think Ben Davies marshaled them well. I think Dragishin marshaled them well. Romero had a good game for the most part. You know, like, it was a pretty solid defensive performance, despite the one goal that we did concede.
I mean, the goal we conceded is just typical Tottenham this season, isn't it? It's just typical us. I mean, it's just a comedy of errors. You just want comedy music behind that goal because that's just what it was, comedy. But apart from that, yeah, I never saw Ollie Watkins in the game. Apart from that one shot he had, and it went well wide. Yeah. That's all I've seen. And Rodgers as well. The one chance he did take was when we messed up. And I have to say, Ben Davies is doing well when he's coming on. I never thought I would say that. And I never thought I would actually hear myself say it. But Ben Davies has done well when he comes on.
No, he's been great.
Maybe getting rid of the idiots of Sanchez and Dyer can help Ben Davies improve.
Yeah, we did too many distractions for him. Now he has to focus on football. What a shame. Peter saying players are starting to buy into the system. It feels that way. John Lee saying that was the first time I saw Sonny pissed and cursed after the sub. I'd like to see it more in the game. I think, you know, with Sonny, he's just such a competitive guy, and he felt like he was probably playing so well in that little period there in the second half that he was like, oh, wait a minute, my 60 minutes is already up. Like, come on, give me 10 more. Give me 10 more. You know, kind of like a kid would, you know, right? Where you're, you know, being called in for dinner or something like that. You're like, just one more game, just one more game. You know, let me play one more. I think that's what Sonny was probably going through in that moment. Dr. Johnny D is with us. Chris Loney is with us. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. We also have as well, it's just, I think I was missing somebody. Chris Loney. Oh, I think it was Berbatov. I'm trying. Jason Bell's with us. Good to see you, Jason. Hopefully everything's okay with you, my friend. But yeah, Luis, that's who it was. Good to see you, Luis. What a difference a week makes. Come on, you Spurs, up the mighty Spurs. Huge week. You know, what a turnaround from 1-0 misery to Crystal Palace to absolutely smacking two of the best teams in the Premier League. It just feels so, so good, Luis. And it's also a very typical Spursy week as well. It's just what Tottenham Hotspur is all about. Carly saying you absolutely love to see it. 4 goals right there. 3 points, 4 goals. Get in there. Come on. Simon Humane saying he did it again. Brennan Johnson, he's done your wink. That again, Dermo. He's done the wink again.
He's done the wink again. Oh, Brennan Johnson. I mean, look, at the time, I want to clear this all up because Dave reckons he's got VAR on me, right? Just want to clear this Johnson thing up once and for all. Mr. Harris, if you're watching, right? I said at the time that he needed to be taken out of the team for his own confidence and his own well-being. But by God, has he shown all them doubters what he can do? Has he shown them what he can do? I said it a long while ago. He could be the next Gareth Bale. And I'm sticking by that. I think he can be the next Gareth Bale. If he keeps going the way he's going and he keeps concentrating on his football and he's getting in there for chances, scoring goals. Do you know what I mean? He can be the next Gareth Bale and absolutely over the moon for the lad. Absolutely buzzing for him. I love him as a player. He is my favourite Spurs player. Always has been. Always will be. Come on, Johnson. Show them all what you can do, my son. Absolutely brilliant.
Keep on pushing, my man Johnson. Al C gifted a membership by the one and only Davey Shire. Very, very generous to us, David. Hopefully everything's all right with you. Up nice and late by the sounds of things, like Edward was saying. So enjoying and basking in that Spurs win by the looks of things. Al C, please thank Davey Shire for the generosity as well. Take advantage of it. Come on, have your say with us. Have a chat with us. Come on the fan show this Wednesday. Send in your fan cams and take advantage of all the other perks and benefits of being a member of this community. But really appreciate you, Davey Shire, member of the David Army. You absolute legend. But yes, our man Brennan Johnson giving the winks. And this is the thumbnail right here. Patty, mood. This is our mood right now, Dermo. I got the coffee in hands. I'm smiling. I'm basking in the wind. I think we all look like Ange Postecoglou this week.
Yeah, Ange is looking as smug as anything. He's standing there going, do you know what, mate? I've done it.
Sergeant Sonny, free kick goal. Mr. What's it, Mr. Rogers? Is that you? Free kick. Is that you? I thought you were dead. Tottenham Maskey. Yeah, sorry, Dermo.
I think that's the most funniest bit of video. His reaction, right, is, I thought you were dead.
I haven't seen that reused as like a meme though. In any case, I think that's actually very funny. That's very good. Tottenham Maskey, City beaten, Villa beaten, up the effing Tottenham. Just keep on smacking them. Any team that comes in front of us. THFC report. Brennan Johnson, my son, to Archie Gray. Well, Dermo, I know you're calling Brendan your son. Yeah. Looks like Brendan has found his own son. So you have a grandson in Archie Gray. Jake's saying, let's not understate how big of a win this is for us. Unai Emery at Aston Villa has the highest win rate in London away games of any manager for a single club in Premier League history. Wow, what a stat that is. So Unai Emery, once again, everybody, has the best record of any manager in the Premier League for a single club. Absolutely absurd. Look at that win record there. Only one defeat, one of the times coming to the likes of Crystal Palace. And then apart from that, it would have then just only come against Spurs just recently. So what a huge stat that one is. We've beaten Emery's Villa 4-0 and 4-1, lol. Surely no one else has pumped them this bad since he took over. The tactical mastermind that is Unai Emery, Dermatron, he's been tactically outclassed by Ange Postecoglou.
He has. He really has. Ange got his tactics spot on. And Ange has been getting his tactics spot on most of the season. It's only we haven't been taking our chances. And he did say earlier on that there isn't one game, apart from the Palace game, where we haven't been outplayed or played really badly. It's just we haven't took our chances. We now took our chances, and look what happens. The Palace game for me was the bottom of the barrel. That was the game that got everyone's focus. Right, we cannot let this happen again. We cannot do this again. I think that Palace game, we're going to look back at it at the end of the season and see that as the turning point to our season. They see that why we're playing like we are now. I think Ange said to them, "You're never to do that again." And his tactics were spot on yesterday. It's not the first time this season he's got his tactics spot on.
Yeah, no, definitely. Good to see Davo with us. He's enjoying the birthday. He's tuning into the stream. Thank you, Dermo. Or sorry, now I'm getting them both switched up. This is ridiculous. I call it Dave Dermo, and I'm calling Dermo Davo. Getting a little ridiculous here. Jason Bell saying the next Gareth Bale. I'm not even sure if Brennan golfs. Yeah, I think Brennan Aldo is going to start taking up some golfing lessons if he really is going to try to embrace his Gareth Bale mold. But love that from Jason Bell. And then Irish Hotspur Davo saying, you also said he was useless and to sell him. I think he's just laughing at your praise for Brennan Johnson. It's my 33rd birthday, so I've been reminded multiple times today. Yeah, Dermo was saying, Dave, that this is the year where you start to grow wiser. So I think before that, each passing birthday, I think I've grown more and more stupid. But I think as you reach to, around 33, 34, maybe that's when the years of wisdom start coming around. So I think you should be happy that you've now reached the 33rd birthday. Dave, you're growing even smarter now.
Yeah, when it gets to my age at 47, that's when you start going a bit loony. So I've hit my peak. I'm now on the way down. I'm now on the way down to an old people's home in the next 10 or 15 years. That's where I will be streaming from. So Dave, enjoy your birthday. Just enjoy being in your 30s, because 40s is hell, believe me. So enjoy being in your 30s. But apparently the 30s are the new 20s. And 40s are the new 30s. So Dave, you're 20 again.
Everyone's just getting older. Artist T saying, please share the food and the cake. You must do that, Dave. You absolutely need to get that into maybe the group chat. Maybe at some point share it on one of the streams just so that people won't be frothing at the mouth, trying to see what you were having on the birthday. Connor Lynch is with us. The quad is on. That it is, Connor. Good to see you with us. Edward saying, yeah, Davo, you know the rules. Yeah, you can't be coming in here and not sharing with us the food status. THFC Micah, Bentancur push cash. Give him a trophy. Give him a trophy. Yeah. Johnny Blaine, pressures in the final third this season. Dominic Solanke, 240. Everybody else under 175. And he missed 2 matches as well. Absolute beast. That is actually an even better, little addition to that stat. That Dominic Solanke is the most pressures of any other player in the final third this season. And then yet, he also gave them that advantage of giving them 2 extra matches, to try to outbeat him in that regard. He's been working his tail off, hardest working player in the Premier League up front. This guy's been an absolute tank for us. I wish I was in the shape that Dominic Solanke is. Mickey Hazard saying, Solanke worked so incredibly hard. I'm so happy he got those goals. He deserved that reward for the effort and commitment he puts in. Long may it continue. Well, it's good when Mickey Hazard is showing you praise. James saying, Ange is so powerful. He has Tottenham scoring from free kicks.
Oh God, life is good. Life is so good.
It is good, and it's good when you're scoring free kicks. DJ Samuel, it's coming home, Tottenham, it's coming. Well, we're gonna get some trophies this year, DJ. Let's hope so, friend. Stevie Fraser, steady Dermot. I'm still peaking in my 50s. Stevie Fraser. IrishHotspur saying, so here's some wisdom that came to me. Knowledge is to know tomato is a fruit, and it's wisdom to know to not put tomato in a fruit salad. Yeah, I don't think tomato doesn't go in a fruit salad, Dave. That's a good thing to learn by this age, I would say. And, I'm not sure if you're even the biggest fan of tomatoes, if I remember correctly, right? I think you like your salads. I think you eat your salads, but to my memory, I don't think you're the biggest tomato guy, or maybe you're not the biggest tomato guy on certain foods or certain items or something like that. But yes, the tomato does not belong in the fruit salad. Lily White Rose, Andy F, shipping 4 1/2. Absolutely disgraceful. Did the same in March, to be fair. They're just so used to chipping in 4 goals to Spurs, in the second half at this point. Aston Villa. By Bob Dwyer saying, I'm not saying it's great or anything, but Sky going on about Spurs' weaknesses from set pieces. We've conceded 2 goals from set pieces all season. Lazy punditry. I actually had a bit of a moment like this when I was listening to Talk Sport last night. I think on one of the drive shows, Dermatron, because I forget. I think it's like the DJ guy who I love him. He's a Spurs fan. Yeah. He's often on with Alan Pardew. I'm trying to remember his name, but he's that famous DJ in the UK that's often on with Alan Pardew. And they were complaining about the set pieces that Spurs have been conceding and how Spurs are the worst team in 2024 when it comes to set pieces. And I just thought that was such a cherry pick stat because we were terrible in the first part of 2024. But now, if you look at this season, we're actually nowhere near as bad as other teams when it comes to set pieces. So I just thought that was a bit of a ridiculous cherry picking type, moment to just, I guess, have something to talk about, just to have something to, I guess, shame Spurs for. But I mean, yes, I'm frustrated that we conceded that goal. Yes, we can do better still, I think, from set pieces. I still think we can improve from them, but we're not nearly as bad as what we once were.
No, I mean, there is also a stat that we've got more points in 2024 than we've got 24. We've gained 24 points this season from losing positions in this season. More than Manchester City. I think they're 13 or 14 points. I mean, it's everyone can just pick, oh yeah, we've got the worst defence. And Bob Dyer's right, it's only our second goal conceded for set pieces all season. So we have improved. But I agree with you, it's lazy punditry. And what do you expect, though, from Sky and Alan Smith? A gunner, what do you expect from an Arsenal player anyway? Just lazy punditry, a bit like Gary Neville. Just talking nonsense.
Yeah. They found some quality mud to put on their faces in the second half. Exactly right. Yeah. Dr. Johnny D. Majestic. Yes, that's his name. And normally I really like him. I just thought it was a bit lazy that he didn't know that Spurs had only conceded so many in this season in particular, which I think really puts that stat, kind of in context, really. Big happy birthday message from Destiny 5. Big happy birthday to Davo. DJ AK say, wouldn't it be ironic and somewhat Spursy if Kane wins a trophy this season and so do Spurs? That would be brilliant if it happens at the same time. Chris saying, Ange tactically outclassing Guardiola and Emery in less than a week, but he's out of his depth and clueless. Yeah, the 2 masterminds of the Premier League that everybody claims to be, the master tacticians, both out-tacticked in a week, Dermo. Crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, Ange is no Premier League manager. He's clueless. Doesn't know what he's doing. And he outclasses the 2 best managers And I mean, there you go. Ange is proven he is a Premier League manager, and he will take us to glory.
Mm.
He will take us to glory.
Spurs pictures that go hard. Big Dom Solanke with the, I think someone said chainsaw maker or something. It is some
Was
anime
that what it
celebration there.
was?
Yeah, well, Dermo, are you at all informed on the anime?
No, I'm not. I
Yeah.
was wondering what that was about actually
Yeah, that's what all
yesterday.
of his celebrations are. All of his celebrations are in a reference to some anime show.
All right.
Usually a
I'll have,
different one each time.
yeah, I'll have to ask my young lad. He's into that, so I'll have to ask him about it.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit, kind of out of my depth when it comes to that
Yeah.
sort of element of television. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to rely on others to do the research for me. George saying might be the most Tottenham image ever. 1-0 loss to Crystal Palace, 2-1 defeat or 2-1 win to Man City, 4-1 win to Aston Villa. Completely right. Boss calls were made. Pop Matasar absolutely bossing Amadou Onana, absolutely having him by
Yeah.
the leash. Patty saying, I love it when I look like a proper tin of the Spurs. This game has gotten 2-1 Villa written all over it. Yeah, Patty, you were very wrong. Mr. Take Notes laughing, saying beating Manchester City and Aston Villa back to back over 5 days, whilst certain other teams have 1 point from their last 3 games. Yes, Dermot, seems like Spurs are going to be flying under the radar, right, when it comes to maybe the praise and the recognition, and it will be other clubs that will be under the scrutiny and maybe the spotlight this week.
Yeah, this Premier League season has been so unique to any other. It's just you don't know who's going to win the league. You don't know where anyone's going to finish because everyone's beating everyone. And Spurs are quietly going about their business, just beating their own team, beating the teams around them, just quietly doing their work and getting there. And do you know what? I said at the start of the season we'll finish third. I'm sticking by that. I think we got third written all over it, plus a double cup win. I'm so excited about this season. It's like I can feel it in my bones that something's great is going to happen this year.
Davo saying he found another gray hair today. I think you got to let yourself gray out, Dave. Me personally, I think you want to, start to go into that silver fox, kind of period. Go into your Jose Mourinho period where you get to turn into a little bit of a silver fox, grow out the beard a little bit if you can as well. Start to maybe change up the look a little bit, change up the style, change up the maybe the action that you maybe got going, and see if you might enjoy some of the gray hairs that are coming your way, or you could dye them. Up to you. Poland Arteta, no shame in that. But I'm just saying, some people look really good with the grays or a little silver in there. Connor saying, I have the same hand sign tattoo from the show. I was very hyped. That's actually crazy. If he did show, the love for that show that you clearly have a lot of love for, Connor. Absolutely love to see that. Eugene S, third, fourth, seventh, doesn't matter. Just get a trophy. Completely agree. Donovan Ostriker, if we win a trophy, we're all going to cry. I think we're all going to be just jumping in each other's arms. I'm just happy with the Europa trophy. That's the competition I'm really pushing for as well. John Lee, but let's keep it moving. Invert the wing, saying Tottenham have the third best defensive record in the league, while it's also having the best attacking record in the league. Ange was never the problem. He just needed the players to click. Completely agree. Super Spurs saying, I genuinely believe we have the right manager. There's still going to be some poor results that piss us off, but every club gets them. Ours will get fewer and fewer as we get better and better. The squad still needs work, but I am convinced that if we stick with Ange, we win gold. Well, let's win some gold medals under Ange Postecoglou. Billy saying, I truly believe our offensive set pieces are more of an issue than defending them this season. I agree, Dermo. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I do agree with that 100%.
Yeah, we're a little bit toothless when it comes to actually
Yeah,
attacking set pieces, and defending
it
set
is.
pieces, slightly different story. THFC report, James Madison, deactivate your socials to Brennan Johnson. I saw that a lot over
I love
over
that.
Twitter. Dave Ellis saying Lampard and Alan Smith commentating on a 4-1 Spurs home win against Villa. Very begrudgingly, I assume, very reluctantly commentating over a 4-1 Spurs win.
Yeah, I think Roy Keane was very happily, smugly sitting in the corner watching that win with him being a massive Spurs fan. So I'm sure he was sitting in the corner smug as anything.
And then Ayudi saying the boys checking up on Richie. Yes, I saw that. I actually really liked that. I thought that was very class by the team there. And also Dominic Solanke gave his little celebration, but the whole time was moving towards Richarlison and make sure that he was okay and everything was all right with him. Let's hope that Richie can recover quickly. Jay Andrew saying fantastic to get that we haven't beaten a good side monkey off our back this week with wins over City and Villa should help the players' mentality massively. That was a big criticism, Ange Postecoglou Dermo, was has he beaten anyone? Has he beaten anyone in the top 10? Has he beaten anyone that's good enough? Has he beaten an elite side? Well, he's beaten Aston Villa and Manchester City in the same week. I'd consider them two elite sides.
Yeah, and we also beat Man United at Old Trafford 3-0 as well, which we never get wins there. He got wins against Liverpool at home last season. He got a 2-2 draw away at Arsenal last season as well. Do you know what I mean? He has got... It's just ridiculous when you see these comments coming up. He hasn't beaten anyone. Look at the results he's got off. Can you name me the other manager that's gone in their first North London derby and get a draw at the library? No. Can you name me any manager that beats Liverpool sort of thing? And do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Ange is a great manager.
Yeah.
He will take us there. I'm glad now it's all coming in. I'm glad it's all coming into position for him because he deserves it. He really does.
Expressions ooze and Hotspur related here. What a THFC signing Dominic Solanke is proving to be. A selfless performance midweek, which saw him collapse at full time against Man City, and then scores 2 today to ensure a big win against a top 4 rival. I think it's been a great week for Dominic Solanke. Put in the hard yards against Man City, didn't maybe get the service that he deserved, and then this one he got his just reward and got a brace. Expressions oozing 4 at the Spurnabout. Blood. Love that from Expressions oozing. Spurnabout. RC Pop Sar doesn't get enough credit for what he does consistently running the midfield at 22 years old is mental. I do think we forget just how good Pop Matsar is, though, for his age. I think he's even younger than Brennan Johnson, if I remember correctly. And the guy has been, in a lot of situations, come into this team, stepped up, played like someone who's 28 years old, 29 years old, with maturity, hard work, aggression. He has a lot of, elements in his game, Dermo, where he does find a good pass every now and again. He knows how to win the ball, high up the pitch. He works exceptionally hard. He's strong, very physical player, knows how to get about the pitch, cover lots of ground. It's just kind of a bit of an all-action midfielder, really.
He's one of them box-to-box midfielders that you love to see in the team. That gets up there, helps the attack, but when he comes back, he does his defensive duties. I call him a gazelle when he runs because he just runs like one. He just, them long legs, he also reminds me a little bit of Roy Keane in a way, the way he plays. And like the way Roy Keane used to be box-to-box all the time when he was with Man United and, of course, with Ireland. Papa Sarr's a little bit like Roy Keane in that way. He's box to box. He's full of energy, and that's what we need. And I am absolutely over the moon with him, and he will become a legend of the club. He really will. He's very humbled. I saw his interview yesterday on Sky, and he's a very humbled, very sort of young man that just wants to play football. That's it. Doesn't care about the glitzer, the glamour, or whatever. He just wants to play football, and that's what you want. That's what you want in the squad. You want players that just want to play football. And it's a brotherhood and it's a family. And that's what they've got at Spurs now. So, do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Yeah. Long may it continue. Long may it continue.
Absolutely right. Jamie O'Hara saying, has anyone seen Gabby? Get back in your box, Gabby Abangalore. Thanks for coming, pal. Send him back packing. And definitely someone who's been a little too confident, I would say, for the past, few months or so. Gabby Abangalore, he's been giving everyone a ton of stick and has only shown so much praise for Aston Villa. It's like Aston Villa are the greatest team in the world, according to Gabby Abangalore. And yet we smacked them up 4-1 in our play, sent them back packing, taught them a lesson, gave them a spanking, gave them a whooping, if anybody knows what I mean by that, on Talk Sport. One of my favorite little bits from this season is Jamie O'Hara's, give him a whooping. Absolutely love that. Mark Trena saying Romero gets a yellow card. Alan Smith, well, he's always going to pick up yellow cards. Romero's 13th game of the season in all comps. That was his first yellow card of this season. 38 games since his red versus Chelsea. 5 yellow cards since then. And yet he still has that reputation. It's like he can't escape it.
No, he can't. But look, Romero, you want Romero on the edge slightly. That's where Romero comes out. But he's a classy defender that knows how to defend. And I think his reputation does precede him a little bit. But no, he's our Argentinian bulldog. He really is. He leads by example.
Prop Spurs saying even Rebecca Lowe on the Premier League update called Spurs versus Villa a strange one, as if they just can't figure out what happened. Bias makes people look and sound stupid. No, people just don't want to think about, Spurs being good. They'd rather just come up with a crazy explanation for maybe why it happened. Library Greenie saying the pass was so beautiful. What a player. It was a gorgeous little, curling left foot across. And there's really no one else in the team that can do that, actually, I think, with their weak foot like Sonny does, which is why it's so important that he stays fit. Jesse saying, Dad, why am I called Pop Matasar Solanke? Talking THFC, 3-point lane from Aston Villa. That was bold of them to do that before, and now only will be mocked, a million times since then. And there it is from Talking THFC. Blue Deer saying foot hurts, but still stands up to celebrate. Christian Romero, he's got the passion there, Dermo. He's getting up, he's celebrating even when it hurts. Hotspur related, left back Destiny Udogie leaves a late tackle on Matty Cash. Yes, he does, and gladly so. Franco Cheese Room, the fraud Ange Postecoglou beats two of the supposed best managers in the world in a week. Funny that. Yes, it is. Very shocking indeed. Definitely against the narrative. We are Tom and TV saying, yeah, it's really shocking. Talk THFC saying, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that our attack is one of the worst in the league. It's shocking. It really is. And yet Spurs have the most goals in the league. Maddie saying James Madison has a free kick goal for Spurs. It's just too hard to believe. Barty saying we scored a direct free kick, build Ange a statue. Everybody was losing their minds over scoring a free kick. It doesn't happen very often, doesn't it, Dermo?
It doesn't. I can't remember the last one we actually scored direct from a free kick. So Madison yesterday, I was actually really pleased for him because he's come under a little bit of scrutiny the last few games. And I was actually pleased for him because maybe that would give him the confidence to carry on and build on that momentum now. And maybe just get his game back to the player we know who he can be. So, but really pleased for him. But what a free kick, though. Yeah. What left Martinez absolutely standing there in the middle of his goal like a statue. Brilliant free kick.
Cody Mack saying he's our best midfielder in terms of making the smart, simple play and keeping things moving at pace. Also among our best at passing into space. Such a lovely footballer. I really agree with Cody Mack's analysis there. Okay. Cootie Romero just sharing some love and to Spurs official with some great photos there after the game. Spurs watch Harry Kane, a chilled Sunday with the family, and watch the Spurs game. A great second half from the boys. Well, it's nice to see that Harry Kane is still watching us back in glory. Simon Main saying Aston Villa have conceded 91 goals in 48 games in the Premier League. I wonder when we are going to hear about their fragile defense, or is that type of narrative just reserved for Spurs alone? I think with Aston Villa, I don't know if I've ever considered them to be, a very watertight defense. In some games, I think they are. In other games, they are a bit leaky. It's just that with Aston Villa, the way I kind of consider them, I just consider them to be a team that is just tactically usually quite spot on. Some games, they go for a deep, low block, and it works to a T. Other games, they press really high up the pitch, try to win the ball really high up and cause teams problems that way. Often works out for them. They're not that similar to us in the way that we kind of go about it. We do go for pretty much a very similar tactic, very similar play style for almost every game. Whereas I would say Aston Villa, it's like they almost change it up every single game, keep you on your toes, keep you guessing. And I think there's, plenty to be praised with both. But 91 goals in 48 games, I wouldn't say that's an amazing defense, but it's also not too shabby either. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And THFC saying Pop Sar has been fundamental for both of those goals. What a season he's having. Michael Hamilton saying Solanke will probably get the man of the match award, but my man of the match was Papa Sar. He was everywhere, phenomenal footballer. That's what you just said earlier, Dermo. To me, I think before we even recording that, Pop Matasar is, more deserved of actually the man of the match, despite Solanke's brace.
He is. He was absolutely immense yesterday. He was the engine room in our midfield yesterday. And Papa Sar, what a player. I can't speak highly of the young man. As I said, I saw him in an interview yesterday. He's so humble, and all he wants to do is just play football for Spurs and do the best he can. And you see him in the training videos. You can see how hard he trains. When he gives everything. When he comes off the pitch, he's knackered. And that's what you want. And I will compare him. He's our Roy Keane. Without the Roy Keane temper. But the Roy Keane talent of being in that engine room, being the man to marshal that midfield. He is our Roy Keane.
Love
I
that.
really do believe that.
Great comment here from Eugene in the chat here saying it's easy to beat a top 10 team, but can Ange beat a bottom 10 team? Yeah, that's going to be the new narrative all of a sudden. Kulu THFC, what a performance, by the way, from Radu. Definitely a really solid performance from him. Axel THFC won 4-0 and 4-1 versus the lots since this tweet from the 3-point lane to, yeah, it's really come back to haunt them since then. Absolutely smacking them up since that tweet. Sensational from Carly. Oh, it's sensational cross indeed. Hang it in the loo from Talking THFC. Definitely hang it in the loo. Beautiful pick from our man Breno. And then the Fighting Cock saying, clearing out away ends. It's just what we do. It's who we are, mate.
Yeah, it's who we are. All of them going back to Birmingham, back with the tails between their legs. White Hart Lane is ours. I can't call it the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Jack. I'm sorry. It will always be White Hart Lane to me. I just wish they would just name it White Hart Lane. That's what it is. But yeah. Yeah, see you later, Villa fans. See you up at Villa Park. We're going to smash you up there as well.
We're performing weekly fire drills in the away end by the looks of things. Mickey Hazard, Pop Star was outstanding today and my man of the match. While Mickey and you seem to think alike there, Dermo. He was everywhere driving us on and forward, a top player in my opinion, and still so young. Come on, new Spurs. I think Mickey Hazard probably likes a lot about what he sees in Pop Matasar. James Maddison scoring his 50th Premier League goal from that sort of free kick. A great way to score your 50th, right, Dermo?
Yeah, it is. I just wonder what the fella lying on the floor's thinking. Do you know, I'm just thinking, he's just probably, why the hell am I here? It's not like I'm going to be any use, but no, 50th goal, great for James Maddison, and he needs it. He deserved that yesterday, and I think he's been under a lot of criticism from the fans and from some Sky Sports as well. And I think it's a case of, there you go. This is what I can do. And that's the James Maddison we want to see. And if he can produce that, then great. And he just needs to knuckle his head down and he get his English place back as well. And that should be the carrot. She should be driving him to good performances to get his place back in the England squad as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just going to try to catch up here, make sure that I'm not missing anything. Absolutely brilliant, though, from Big John Basking. 4-1, really entertaining work. We beat City in the week and another 3 points today. Loving it at the moment. Come on, you Spurs. Definitely looking very entertaining. And I think that was actually a quote tweet from someone criticizing Spurs. Cho saying Van de Ven injured and Romero out again in the same exact month in the same exact week, exactly like last year. That is a little creepy, Dermo, that we are ending up losing these guys at the same time. You know, I do find that a bit ridiculous, and hopefully it's not in any way deja vu. Jake saying Solanke brace, Sar masterclass, Brennan goal, huge win over top opposition. What a lovely start to Sunday. Just feeling good about our club, aren't we, Jake? Lorraine saying my view, and I think this was of James Maddison's goal here, Dermo.
It is. Look at that. Wow.
Curling in. Away end going, or, south stand going crazy as well. Just lovely to see that.
It is. I've sat in that stand right near the bottom. That north stand's a great stand to be in, actually. It's a great view, but what a view. That is a free kick and a half. I was so pleased for him. Absolutely. Glenn Hoddle-esque. That's that free kick. Glenn Hoddle-esque goal.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to say.
Flat Bateman, when the missus comes down from work and asks you how your day was and Dominic Solanke falls out your mouth. Yeah, my day was full of Big Dom. Billy saying Frank Lampard sounds effing gutted having to analyze our goals. Hold that, you winger. The Fighting Cock saying Pop Star is a Yaya Toure incarnate. Won't have a word said against him. Man of the match, no question. Absolutely. Sar Toure last night. James Black saying we can find you a new madman if you're looking for one.
Yeah, I love it. They're coming back to haunt them, aren't they, Jack? It's coming back to haunt them.
This one was brilliant. Brilliant pun from James Black. I had to retweet that one. Sweden Spurs. This is an appreciation tweet for Ben Davies. Very solid Eddie, steady Eddie, Ben Davies. Tottenham in this season left versus last season right in the exact same fixtures, and we've shown a lot of improvement, especially in the goal difference as well as in the expected goals against. Spurs just been so much tighter defensively in these games compared to last season. And I think that's where I've seen the majority of improvements, Dermo, is yes,
Yeah.
we've gotten a little bit better at finishing. I'd still argue that I think we could be more clinical with some of the chances that we get, but I think the defense has improved tremendously. We're just not conceding chances on a regular basis. We're not losing control of the game as much as we used to. Things do feel more in control than maybe they did in the past.
Yeah, they are, and I think that comes from Vicario, and it comes from the defenders working, knowing how to work with each other as well. And it comes with the second season. That's the second season that back five has worked together, so they know each other's runs. Even with Ben Davis and Rudu coming in, they can just slot in there. I never thought I hear myself saying Ben Davis actually plays a good game for. I never thought I hear myself say it. But it's just honest to God. I mean, he done a solid job when he came on yesterday, and against Man City as well. By the way, he came on, did a great job. So I don't know what this is, Jose. This is like Dave. Once he sees he gets his big birthday present, he can't believe it.
Everybody, as we're kind of getting towards the end of these tweets here, if you guys can for me, do subscribe over to GHFC Till I Die. Show Dermot some love and some support. Let's get him over the 2K mark. And also, as well, if you are still watching this, we have 50 likes, but well over 100 people in the house. If you could smash that like button, puts this show out to more and more people. Also just helps us out in the algorithm of this big bad Spurs YouTube world. But really appreciate you guys for tuning in and helping us out. THFC Micah, a James Madison free kick finally went in. Just too good to believe, too hard to believe. Gus saying, Radu Dragishin, let me shake your hand. Let me shake your hand, Radu. Let me shake your hand. Absolutely love that from Gus. Carly saying, was hoping someone would ask what Kulusevski's heat map was today.
I love that. I've seen that. I absolutely love that. That is brilliant.
And
that is absolutely brilliant.
Simon Main, Sarr has always been my favorite. He's got that perfect mix of talent and character you want in a young player. This season, he's gone from starting on the bench to making himself undeniable, and he did so while never losing his smile, just like our man Sonny. We got another smiler in the team. Ange haters and Solanke slaters in the mud. He just keeps using that image as well. Yeah. John Bass, I love that. This angle of Sonny's assist, step over, left-footed across the penalty area, and it's in the back of the net. Gorgeous from Sonny there. A terrific cross. And you could see why he wanted to stay in the game just that little bit longer.
Back, Jack, I just want to point out something. If you can go back to the start of that video, when I was talking about earlier, the overlap, that gave Sonny the room to put that cross in for Brennan Johnson.
Okay.
Not a lot of people are not giving your doggy a lot of credit there. Because if you look at him here, you watch him here. Look at the overlap he does. That actually gives Sonny the actually space to put that cross in. Your doggy there. It was like he overlapped, and then McGinn saying to Matt Cash, right, go for the runner. Mm-hmm. And it split them up, and it just gave Sonny enough room to put in that gorgeous cross. And what a cross it was as well, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was a terrific cross indeed. I completely agree. We're getting towards the end here, everybody. So once again, if you guys can, subscribe over to Dermos, as well as hit that like button while you're here with us, please. Real 9 says Antoine Semenyo, by the way, for Dominic Solanke's post. Antoine Semenyo maybe hinting that he'd be okay with coming to Spurs, or at least he's still commenting under Dominic Solanke. He's missing his partner in crime. John McKenzie, in football, talent is emergent. Take players like Dom Solanke and let them work with a good coach and put good players around them and watch them fly. Oftentimes it is about like rediscovering a player that already people know plenty about, right? There are guys that maybe have just been waiting to be, used in the right ways. They might be misunderstood in terms of their, skill set or what they can offer to a team. And it is often about the manager or the coach bringing the best out of certain players. And when they do that, then you might get a guy like a Solanke. You might get a guy, maybe Chris Wood is a good example right now, right? Of someone who isn't probably the best player in the world by any means, nowhere near a world-class player. But if you use them in the proper way, in a way that suits their game, you can get some really good return out of guys like that. And I think we're doing something similar with Dominic Solanke. A very good comment from John McKenzie there. M saying we passed the John Duran sub test. He didn't come on. He didn't come on and do anything. He was completely silent. Axel THFC haters keep on hating. We keep delivering. That's Dermo right there, feeling good about his man Bernaldo scoring more and more goals. Carly saying what matters said, Mr. Reliable. Yes, Steady Eddie, Mr. Reliable. Ben Davies so far this season. Tottenham Hotspur, Dom and Radu looking good, feeling good, celebrating after the win. Mitch Fretton, Tottenham have conceded the fourth least goals in the Premier League, scored the most goals in the Premier League, the second best goal difference in the Premier League, third most wins in the Premier League, beaten Man United, Man City, and Aston Villa, won 9 of our last 11. Not really bad, is it? No, not bad at all. And you wonder why people are so quick to, I guess, jump on the Ange Postecoglou train all of a sudden, because this bit of form is just too good, too good. Billy saying, I swear we haven't had a free kick in a good position for about 4 years. It does feel that way. I think Daxon saying Johnson, goal, Son assist on his return, Solanke brace, Kulu assist, Richie assist, Madison goal, Cash off injured. 3 points. Yeah, feeling the Conceição this weekend, getting the cigars out. That's what Dave is doing today, celebrating the birthday right now. This is what Dave looks like. Peek in. Feeling a 4-1 win from SM. Well, you were proven right. Aston Villa Spurs add another.
I love this video.
Axel THFC, big 3 points, BJ goal, Sonny assist, Solanke brace, free kick goal, Kulusevski, Ballon d'Or charge. Yeah, let's keep pushing for it. Aaron Lennon, Solanke, that is class. Always nice to see that Aaron Lennon is watching the games back and showing praise for some of these guys. This man is why Rihanna forgot Onana's name.
Yeah.
That probably should have been on the thumbnail, to be fair. This is very good from Billy. Maybe that should have been on the thumbnail. Pop Montasar, great performance and a big result. We push forward. Excellent performance from Pop Montasar. Nice to see that he's posting on the socials. Paddy Power, only Spurs could give Crystal Palace their first win of the season, then proceed to beat Man City and Aston Villa in the same week. It's just who we are, mate. James Madison, 50 club, excuse me. He's in that 50 club for the Premier League. Leslie saying Cootie and Sonny hugging after the game. Just two captains showing some love for each other after the game. What's wrong with that? Billy saying Ange put his balls on the table with that Sun sub, and thankfully they are effing massive. Now he's really sticking his neck out there, and he's being brave with his substitutions now, isn't he? And then last and certainly not least, the league's top scorers beat City and Villa in a week, 9 wins in 11, won every cup game this season. Can we leave all the Ange out bollocks at the door now and get behind this lot? F up the effing Spurs. That's a good one to get behind there, Dermo. Maybe last little thing to say here is this maybe the last opportunity for people to jump on the Ange train?
The Ange train is gone. If you didn't back Ange at the beginning, then you're not. What really pees me off is all these, as soon as we leave, I swear to God, they're sitting at the keyboards, right? Getting ready. Ange out, Ange this, Ange that. Ange will take it to the promised land. If you're not on the Ange train now, then sorry, you're not coming on. Bouncers are at the door. You're being kicked out. You didn't get your ticket. We're all on the Ange train. We're all going to glory. And I've said it before, and I keep saying it. We got this Man City thing that everyone seems to have forgotten about. That the Premier League are going to put out probably in March the results of their inquiry against them. If Tottenham are in there and thereabouts, and Man City get a massive points deductions, we could be in the chance of winning the league. It's all about staying there and thereabouts for the end of the season. And I think Ange has now got more experience in the Premier League. He understands it more, and he will get us there. And he will bring us trophies. Ange out. It's ridiculous. Ange will be there for the next 3 or 4 years. And he will bring us glory. Even Levy doesn't want to get rid of him. Even Levy believes in Ange, like he did believe in Poch, and Poch was there for 5 years. And look what Poch served us up. Ange is in the same milk. Come on, Ange, bring us that glory.
Ange Train Express from Dermo. Please, everybody, if you can, subscribe to THFC Till I Die. Very, very close to that 2K mark. There's still over 100 people in the house, so please show this man some love. Show him some support. He's helped me out massively by filling in for Dave. I think he's done an excellent job. Almost happy clappers ×2 here, and I think Dave would feel very happy that Dermo has done exactly what we would expect, brought the good positive vibes as he usually does. So please show Dermotron some love. But quick plug for yourself here, Dermo, and any final words?
Yeah, look, if you like what I have to say, at the moment, Tequila's not very well at the moment, so get well soon, Tequila and Colin as well, both not well. So I will be on tonight later with my post-match show at 9, so if you want to pop over and see me then, more than welcome. But look, last words, we are mighty Spurs. We will rise, we will win, we are Spurs.
Beautifully said from Dermo. If you can, for us, everybody, subscribe over to Dermo. And then tomorrow, you would help out the channel a ton. Tomorrow is going to be the Tottenham Hangover Show, which we do over on the Big Up Network exclusively. If you can follow us over, the link is down there in the chat. Over there, we'll be doing a tactical breakdown, taking a look at the tactical kind of pad and, maybe look at what went well in that second half, maybe any tweaks or anything that we might have noticed from Ange Postecoglou. We'll also be doing some player ratings. So if you enjoy doing that, breaking down the individual performances, having a discussion over that, please join us for it. And then also, lastly, we'll be actually looking at all the highlights of the game, breaking those down, piece by piece, frame by frame, looking at what went well, what we could improve on, all that good stuff. And I think it's a really fun show. I think it's a very, kind of good wrap up show where you can look at every element of the performance, talk about every part of it, and then kind of dust it down and move on to the next one, feeling like you really have discussed every part of it. So if you could join us for that, we'd be very appreciative. You'd help out the channel a ton if you did by heading over to that platform, because they're trying to support us, and they're trying to help us, in every way they can. And if you guys followed us over there, just helps out the channel, a ton. If you were to join us over there on the Big Up Network tomorrow. But also, please subscribe to THFC Till I Die. Smash that like button on your way out. Puts the stream out to more and more people. Consider becoming a member as well. Fan show this Wednesday. But I think we'll leave you all there, everybody. Come on, you Spurs. In the Big Ange we trust. We never stop. See you, everybody. Have a great